ready?
I'm ready. What's going on, you guys? Today we are in my buddy's 1996 Mazda Miata. So real quick, just before we go for a drive, let's take a look at the exterior. So when did you buy this?
November of 2022. I've had it for about a year and a half.
And how many miles when you bought it?
108,000.
And now you have?
120,000.
Okay, so we're gonna really break down the reliability of this car here. But as you may know, I mean, Miatas, they hold up pretty dang well. And I'm not the owner of this, but I imagine the cost of maintenance and repairing stuff is not that bad.
No, definitely not.
Let's take a look under the hood ski real quick. Here she
Here
is.
we got the 1.8 NA Miata, 1996.
So why did you get the 1.8 over the 1.6?
It's the first one I found that I liked.
And how much was it when you got it?
9,000.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is quite a price unit. And I've spent about 5,000 in just parts for it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's more than I would have thought. Wow.
I mean, I've gotten a new radiator, which isn't expensive at all. I got new coolant hoses for every single coolant hose. I just haven't put them on yet, but those were like $300 for real. I've added wheel spacers to make it more flush. You can see them right here.
And then of course you purchased a new soft top and you got a hard top.
Indeed, yes. I purchased a hard top off a dude who had a 1990 Miata, and he just never used his hard top, and it was like in mint condition.
All right, well guys, let's take this thing for a drive. I'm gonna give my perspective of this car. We've obviously driven a lot of cars on the channel, and this one is very uniquely positioned, and we'll also get the owner's take on what it's been like owning this for 2 years now and putting about 20,000 miles on it. So let's hit it. Okay, so we have the 5-speed manual transmission here. Do you have any experience with other manuals to compare this transmission to, or no?
That GT that you, the Mustang GT that you drove, that thing was crispy. Not gonna lie, that thing was very crispy and very nice.
So we've driven quite a few on the channel, and this is actually my second time driving this Miata. It may be a little bit of a mix between, I'm gonna do my best, but I will say this is much less forgiving, if that's a fair word to use. So it's still, I think, pretty nice for being 20-something years old. They're almost 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, let's go ahead and go for a drive and see how this thing feels here. That was smooth. And off we go. So I think the first and most obvious thing about why people love these cars is probably that.
It's definitely that.
Was that a huge factor for why you got this thing?
That is 100% a huge factor of why I got this thing over any other Miata.
Yeah, I will say, I've looked at the changes in generations. This has to be the only other Miata I would even consider as a better design than this one is probably the brand new Miata RF. Is it ND2?
Yeah. Yeah,
the ND2 RF. Oh my gosh, turbo diesel.
For real.
All right, so let's go and do a poll real quick right here. Obviously, this is an older Miata. I think you know what to expect, but it might surprise you considering this thing is 2,300 pounds. You don't need much horsepower to actually get this thing moving. Let's go. I am going to shift conservatively here because whenever I drive other people's manuals, I like to keep it a little bit more tame. But
I do appreciate that.
Of course, of course. I gotta say though, I mean, this allows you to have a lot of fun. You don't always need to be going 140 miles an hour. You did say that this car is, you've had faster cars, but this one's the most fun you've owned.
Absolutely.
And what?
I've had a Mustang, it was a V6, but it was still pretty quick. It would get up there. And this thing is way more fun than that.
How about the daily ability for you? Are you like, does it get annoying kind of having the rough ride, or how
It does.
It does?
It does, I'm not gonna lie. Because this has been my daily for the past almost 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah, 2 years being a daily. It's rough, I'm not gonna lie. The AC doesn't really kick too much. It'd be hot as hell sometimes, so.
So if you had to give like somebody who's listening to this, looking at getting an NA Miata, first of all, should they go with the 1.6? Should they go with the 1.8, and why?
If you're looking to mod it and turbo it, track it, drift it, 1.6 all the way. If you're just looking for a stock, clean NA Miata that you're not going to do anything to, the 1.8 is the way to go.
Okay. What are some, just over the last like 20-ish thousand miles, what are some pros and cons? What's some, like everyone hates some things about the car. What are some things you hate and you love about
The bumpiness.
The bumpiness?
The bumpiness.
Yeah, we
dude.
can definitely feel
Yeah,
that.
it's rough. This suspension is rough, and it's stock suspension. So, I mean, I don't think I could get more smooth than it already is.
Uh-huh. How about something that you bought the car, like what's the thing you bought the car for?
I bought it for fun.
Okay.
Because I wanted to have fun in my daily driver.
Yep. Have you done anything crazy in this? I mean, some of the people may already know, but...
Oh, I've hit some sick drifts in this beauty.
Okay.
It drifts like a dream. It has that limited slip differential in it.
Yep.
Dude, it drifts so easily, like butter.
Has anything broken on the car that you've actually had to like fix over your ownership?
Nope, not a single thing.
Is there anything that seems odd to you that you feel like is going to break in the near future?
Yes, whenever I drive for more than like 30 minutes and the engine gets really hot, if I turn it off, let's say I drive 30 minutes and then I go inside of a gas station, right?
Uh-huh.
I get my drink or whatever, go back out to my car and turn it back on, it sputters real bad. Like it almost dies in RPMs. It almost completely turns off. But that's really the only issue. And I've never actually had it turn off.
Okay.
Because then after about 10 to 30 seconds, it evens back out and the RPMs go back to normal.
Do you know the Miata market right now? Like how much one of these would go for today?
This thing is probably still $9 grand.
Okay, I would even guess possibly more with like the condition.
Could be, yeah.
All right, this man's gonna show us how it's done. You learn manual on this, right?
Absolutely.
The dude knows what he's doing. Let's see it.
Hit 80.
It moves, man. For anybody that's like, hey, I'm gonna go purchase this Miata right now, what would you tell them?
Go do it, man. Enjoy yourself.
I like to hear that.
This is a car of fun right here.
You just whipped around so easily.
Yeah, right. This thing is so small. It's literally like a go-kart on the road. Like you will not regret buying one of these.
What if somebody's looking at like a 200,000 mile one? Do you know about the reliability on higher mileage ones?
I've heard they can get up to 300K. So
that's insane.
If you can take good care of it, and if it was taken care of, you can get a good ass. We're taking.
You
can get a good ass Miata.
What is that tech?
Lifters.
Well, oh, yep. Okay. Hear it in my car too.
You ready?
I'm ready. That's why you buy it. Guys, despite this thing having 133 horsepower, if you know how to drive a manual, I mean, this thing has no trouble doing that, if I'm not mistaken. We're basically tracking this thing right now. That is way too easy for this thing. The 1.8 is the one that comes with the powered windows and stuff?
Yeah, the later versions, the 1.8s and whatnot, they come with like power mirrors, power windows. More of them come with AC. They have more of the upgrades, basically.
Okay. Another reason to get the 1.8.
Yeah, definitely.
One more time, if I were to wrap up this car in a nutshell, I would say practical, no. Comfortable, no. Fast, no. But fun, yes. Looks, yes. Maintenance costs, yes. kind of a even battlefield. And for only $10,000, that makes the cost of this an absolute yes for me.